Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Just bringing you a quick update. Got a few track days in already this season, and just want to bring you some quick updates on the ZX9 and also the MV. Got a decent amount of track time in this year. They've been really fortunate with the weather, and aside from this last day with the H2 at Summit Point, the weather's been great. As you guys have been following the ZX9 Rescue Series, picked this up last year for about $2,700, and did a couple of things to it. Put in some EBC sintered brake pads. Bought these Made-in-China Rearsets, which are actually quite good. Installed a K&N air filter, and we did the clean air mod. We also did a DynoJet Stage 1 jet kit. Bike's running great. It's running a little bit rich on pump. Right now I have oxygenated U4.4 made by VP Racing, which leans things up a little bit. I estimate the bike now to be about 140 to 143 horsepower. With the race fuel in it, which is quite strong. And just want to give you my quick impressions so far. Bike goes good. It's got a pretty good top end for 900 cc's, and it feels like a 750 that's a little bit stronger. You know, it's got a little bit more grunt than a 750 off the corners. But this is a momentum bike. It likes you to carry, believe it or not, for a bike of this size, it likes you to carry some corner speed. You definitely need the corner speed because you're not going to get the pop out of the corner than, say, like CBR 1000 or S1000 RR. So if you're riding with some of the newer bikes, you're going to have to carry really high corner entry speed, and you're going to have to carry that mid-corner and try to hold your line. And get a good drive out. That's the only way you're going to keep up with some of the bigger bikes if you're riding one of these. If you're over 200 pounds and you're having difficulty fitting on some of the newer bikes, I highly recommend you grab a ZX9 and they're cheap. Maybe do some of the same mods we did and go for it. They ride great. I think you'll do respectable laps, if you want to go that route. My suspension is stock. I had it looked at by Mark from Mark Built Racing. He's based at New Jersey Motorsports. He gave me a baseline setup. I never had to touch it since. Running stock suspension, nothing crazy. And I'm using on the forks, I'm using about 90% of my travel under hard braking, which gives me a lot of feel. And mid-corner, I'm about a little bit more than midway through the stroke, which is not bad. I'm about 220 right now. And as I continue to lose weight, the suspension may even respond even better. But all in all, it's been good. Got 300V synthetic racing oil in the clutch. The clutch has been fine. And that's it. Conventional forks. Just going to take you around the bike, show you a little bit with the rear sets. I know you guys wanted an update on these. I've since come back and put these two spacers in it. They're not the prettiest of spacers. They're ugly, but they work. Just to give me some clearance for the heel guard in the brake master cylinder. And someone made a comment earlier that the lever is touching his fairing. Mine doesn't. It's not even close. But I am running it in the top position up here. There are 2 levels of adjustment, so I'm not sure what's going on with his bike, but mine doesn't touch. Got it bled, and so we got good action. We're using a pressure switch that I bought. This was also made in China. If you guys are interested in the exact switch I bought, just let me know and I'll send you the link to the eBay ad, or I'll post it in the description at some point. And all in all, these work great. Now the peg is pretty grippy. But there's a really long M6 bolt. I want to say it comes to about here inside the peg, and I'm hearing reports that they bend over time, so I'll keep you posted on that. As of right now, I have not had an issue. Now, I did have one little incident. I'm going to come around the other side of the bike at the track, and something I did a little bit different. The first time I went out on these, I actually lost the shift rod, and it vibrated out. When I think it was this bolt that was here, let me bring you guys around just so you can see it. There was a bolt, and right now I have a kind of like a flange nut on here, and it's red Loctite just to hold it in place. There was no nut that came with the kit. It was just a bolt, and I think that vibrated out in my very first session at the track, and I ended up losing it, which was very unfortunate. It was scary when it happened because this lever was just dangling and I had no rod. So I ended up putting the stock rear set back on, and I finished the track day with the stock rear set. But I ordered another rod from a manufacturer overseas. I got it, and I used red Loctite this time, blue Loctite on these lock nuts here, and I used red Loctite on this flange nut, so that it doesn't vibrate out. And so far so good. So far so good. Really happy with these. For 90 bucks, shipped to my door. That's a really good price on these. The quality is excellent, and over time, you know, I'll keep you posted. We'll see how the color and the finish holds up over time, and also you know, if those bolts actually bend. All in all, I'm happy. I kind of give these like an 8 out of 10, maybe even close to a 9. The quality is really that good. Some of you guys who are on the fence about it. Yeah, I didn't drain that race fuel. I probably should, because I can smell it, the remainder of it in the tank. Come around here to the rear tire. I'm running RS10s. I got a day on these. As you can see, they look pretty good. And these are soft compound, and I use them about 85 degrees out. The wear is even and consistent. They're not a tire that slides. They grip pretty good. No issues with these. They get the job done. The front end is very confidence inspiring. The rear only moves around if something is amiss with the tire pressure. So if you guys are using these and the rear just starts moving around after a few sessions, don't start playing with the suspension. Just double check the tire pressure, because they are sensitive to tire pressure. The front looks good. Let me show you the front after a day. And I mean, the front doesn't even really look like it's been touched. I think these fronts are good for probably 5 days, maybe even 6 at them. You know, for you guys who are on a budget, if you're running intermediate, and I would recommend that you're at least intermediate pace on these, just to get some heat into the tires, and to keep the heat in. You know, I'd recommend that you're at least intermediate all the way to expert group. You'll be fine with these. They won't move around, and they will last. The rear tire, maybe not so much. I would definitely go 2 rears to a front, and I don't recommend flipping tires. That's just not something that I like to do, for various reasons. One of the main reasons is that, you know, when a tire starts to go and you flip it, even if the track has more one turns than the other side, you got the worn side of the tire and only a couple of turns, and you probably won't have that much heat into it. So for example, if your track is if it's a 12-turn track and there's 10 right-handers and 2 left-handers, and you beat up the right-hand side and you flip that tire and you make the right-hand side left-hand side, guess what? When you get to those 2 left-handers, that tire is going to be cold. You won't have enough heat, and you're going to be moving through there, and it won't be very comfortable. So I really don't recommend that. I would just recommend you plan on going 2 rears to a front. As far as tire pressure is concerned, for these Bridgestones, I want to say 26 on a cool day, hot pressures off the warmers, and on a hot day I run 28 off the warmers for the rear tire. The front I'd keep it over 30. I kind of set mine at around 31, and that seems to be the sweet spot. Those are my pressure recommendations. 26 to 28 in the rear, depending on the ambient temps, and the 31 on the front, and just forget about the tires. You're going to enjoy your day. As far as what else I want to do to the bike, probably not much. I may, I don't know, over the winter, play with some lighter rotors, maybe throw some Galfers on there, or some titanium rotor bolts along with the Galfer rotors. Maybe for some more braking feel, braking action and so on, and just save a couple of pounds in the front and maybe a pound in the rear. But that's it. I don't think the bike needs anything. I've also been on the fence about selling it too. So, to make room for something else. I've been kind of having my eye on the NV, that's the FV, for quite some time now, so who knows. Right now I'm not doing anything though, but keeping my options open at this point. I can't really complain. I'm very happy with it. It's a good piece. If you guys are definitely looking for something different, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend a leftover ZX9 for cheap. You can definitely do some good laps in the advanced group on it, all the way up. It's not always about having the latest and greatest. Sometimes it's just about getting on what you got and just giving it all you got. So hope you guys are enjoying the content. I'm going to do another clip shortly, an update on the MV. And if you guys have any questions about the rear sets or any of the mods we did on the ZX9, just feel free to post them in the comment section. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching.